Welcome back to Championship Court for the men's winners bracket final between top-seeded Andre Daescu and Rob Nunnery and the 2-seed Hunter Johnson and Yates Johnson. Both teams had to work to get here. Semifinal matches went to 3 games, but this is what we wanted to see, the 2 top teams in action going at each other.
Yeah, and first to start with the 1-seed Daescu and Nunnery. They've been tested along the way today, and again, coming out on top though. Winners find ways to win, and that's exactly what they've done today. The key here is going to be, as it always is, I believe, with Daescu and Nunnery, is what can Nunnery do offensively? How much can he speed up? How many issues can he cause? This team is going to play, Daescu and Nunnery, very similar against Hunter and Yates Johnson as the last matchup against Hunter and Yates Johnson, where they had against Forster and Grolman, where they were speeding up, and that's where they found success. So let's see what Nunnery can create offensively.
Yeah, and then we take Hunter and Yates Johnson. Taking a look here at Hunter Johnson, the X factor for the Johnson brothers, I'll say, is going to be Yates, whether he can make the adjustment on that backhand side, because Grolman and Forster had success by going across the belt and into the right hip, right armpit of Yates, and he was not able to clear his body and make that adjustment. And once the body language changed for him, then it brought Hunter down as well. So, it's going to be tough for both teams here, because they're fighting a little bit as far as the ups and downs. The Johnson brothers looked extremely good in game 1 of our winners bracket semifinal, but then the wheels kind of fell off for game 2 and the beginning of game 3. They were down 6-0, but then they found the rhythm. The same thing for Daescu and Nunnery. They won game 1 quite easily in their, they lost game 1 in their winners bracket semifinal, and then had to make the adjustment for games 2 and 3.
I asked Yates and Hunter in the interview, I'm like, well, what changed? You went down 6-0. You get the timeout, you change ends in game 3. You're pretty much down and out at 6-0. What did you guys talk about? They said absolutely nothing. We didn't even talk to each other. But they knew what they needed to do, and they figured it out, and they figured out a way to win.
Johnson so far have not figured out a way to beat Nunnery and Daescu in moments like this. The last time these 2 teams met was in New York. They played both in the winners bracket final and then the gold medal match. Daescu and Nunnery coming out on the winning side of both of those matches. And the Johnsons will get set to serve here in the men's winners bracket final. And Nunnery drops a return into the net.
1-0-2.
Nunnery tried to speed it up, but overshot it.
It's a good speed up there from Hunter Johnson. You can see that quick 2-hand backhand roll. Gets that ball down. Nunnery tries to counter, but that being able to, or having to lift that ball pushes it deep.
Daescu right into the body of Hunter Johnson with the forehand.
Hunter looks at Yates and goes, what are you doing? Like, he left him out to dry right there. Looks over and says, come on. That wasn't the game plan going in, bro.
Nunnery misses another short ball, but what should the game plan be for the Johnsons, Dom?
Well, again, it's continue to create opportunities for themselves, so create pace from the right positions. When they create from the right positions at the right time, that's when they are at their best. That's exactly what they did in game 1 of that semifinal.
Able to earn the quick side out, back on serve. Big attempt by Yates into the net.
Yeah, a little too much rotation there from Yates on that second drive. Left hip just spins out.
Hunter finding the backhand down the line.
Again, just such a good shot in a good spot, and this is like deja vu. That's exactly how they started game 1 in that semifinal. finding that line down the line.
Worth noting that Hunter not just able to find it with the two-hand. That was a one-handed flick down the line, which makes him more deceptive as the wind pushes that wide. Daescu and Nunnery playing with the wind at their back to start. That has been a factor throughout matches this week. Just long off the paddle of Yates.
Yeah, Yates wasn't able to get on top of that one. You saw the feet still moving. Paddle face was open just a little too much.
Daescu finds the corner with the forehand.
Step in right here in the middle. Watch Daescu come in and get big. That's when he's playing at his best, moving well like that.
1-4-1.
Daescu puts away the overhead. He's just so big in the middle.
The best part about that was Nunnery's one-handed just flailing backhand. I loved it.
And he's in a tough spot to speed that up too. He's only a step inside the baseline, and he just rips the one-hander.
Oh. Daescu covering all sorts of court, but can't come up with the winner.
Well, Daescu wasn't anticipating this last ball to come back over. It squeaks over the net by less than an inch.
Nice placement there from Yates. Hard back in the middle.
4-2-1.
Good answer here from Daescu and Nunnery, getting on the board, cutting that lead in half.
4-2-1. Johnson just catches the tape with the forehand.
Yeah, and then it's this time Hunter Johnson spinning off that drive.
4-2-2.
Just pulls across the body.
Yates long on the forehand.
I don't mind it right there. It's not a bad pull, but again, going just a little too long. He had Daescu fooled.
2-4-1.
Oh, round the post, Rob Nunnery, the winner.
Somehow he picks up this one from the baseline, gets a little dribbler, and then shapes it around the net post for the winner.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, and now he's got the tongue wagging and just out here playing really loose as Rob Nunnery. He shapes that ball up and over the post this time.
Daescu Nunnery looked tight at moments in the semifinal, playing much looser here in the winner's bracket final. And Nunnery just feeling it, goes right at Hunter Johnson with the forehand.
Yeah, it's a big step in and fire there from Nunnery. Does a good job of kind of selling it a little bit that he's going to stay back. Once that ball's down, steps up, big forehand finish.
Yates goes around the post himself. Daescu in the right spot, couldn't make the play.
Now again, it's trying to make something happen right there. I like the opportunities they're getting right here from Yates and Hunter, and taking the lead again after starting off pretty flat.
Hunter right at Rob Nunnery.
Yeah, that's a good reach in and a backhand flick here from Hunter to start this firefight. Going right into the body.
Ball actually went into the crowd up behind the curtain. Got lodged next to the fencing of the courts next door.
4-5-1.
Yates comes up short. We've seen him do that a couple of times today. What's causing that ball to be just about an inch short?
Body positioning. Standing up a little too tall.
Daescu, a big put away. Yates not able to handle the dig. Hunter finds the middle.
Nunnery blew a tire over there, slid right out from underneath him. He read it, the right spot was going middle, but couldn't get his footing underneath.
Johnson just pushes it long.
Yeah, he had the Ernie right there. Goes for a little too much, tries to destroy that ball so it doesn't come back.
That's what the court coverage of Daescu and Nunnery does, though. It forces you to go for more.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why Daescu didn't reach in there.
No, and Nunnery was shocked too because there was a little indecision on his part. As you watch, he thinks Daescu's going to go. He hesitates for a half a second.
Johnson's able to earn the side out.
Go, Andre.
4-6-1.
4-6-1. Johnson with the forehand into the net.
Yeah, good step over there from Daescu.
4-6-2.
Doesn't get big on the counter, just gets on top of it.
Exchange Nunnery on top of it, but it sails long.
Yeah, it's just too much pressure from Johnson and Johnson right there. Again, this is their pace. This is what they want to do and play. But you got to make those right there.
Unforced errors we talked about, playing clean. And when you play teams that are better, you have to play clean. Oh, great decision by Hunter.
Again, Nunnery just slid out from underneath him as he tries to go get this ball right there. Couldn't get his footing. If he had his footing, he was there.
Nunnery and Daescu cover court like maybe nobody else. Big put away from Yates.
Yeah, and a good Ernie there from Hunter to start that one off.
5-6-1.
Yates short into the net again.
You know, again, it's the body positioning. So the drives that he's missing, you know, he's not staying down through his legs. The drops he's trying to go, he's rushing. And a good drive there from Yates, but then Hunter tries to do a little too much on the shake and bake.
Yeah, but again, it's there. The opportunity's there. Don't change anything. If I'm Hunter and Yates, it's a good drive and a good setup.
Still only a 1-point margin in favor of Daescu and Nunnery. This one has gone back and forth over the last handful of serves. Johnson able to put it away through the middle.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Again, you have Daescu and Nunnery both going for that ball, but fully extended too, so it makes for a difficult shot.
Ooh, I'm not sure what happened there from Nunnery. Tried to speed it up down the line. It's almost like stood up a little too quickly mid mid-stroke right there, and the ball also stayed down at the same time.
Gates can't come up with the net cord.
Yeah, good aggressive cross-court forehand dinks there from Nunnery. Adding a little bit extra top spin. That ball hits and kicks out.
Nunnery pushes the forehand wide.
And again, he's thinking that Hunter's pinching so hard middle, and he tries to go right down that line. Hunter missed an opportunity in the middle of that point for a shake and bake.
Ties the match at 6 here in game 1 of the men's winners bracket final. Nunnery pushes the backhand long, so a couple of unforced errors, and the Johnsons end up on top. Speed up from Hunter.
Well, again, the speed up initiated from Daescu right at the forehand of Johnson, and he's just sitting on that. And the timeout here from Daescu and Nunnery, down by 2. Probably not the best decision on that little speed up there in the middle.
No, and that's something that Hunter does a lot of, especially on that left side. He'll sit heavy forehand there because he can do that windshield wiper between forehand, pancake, a little bit of a frack on that forehand backhand side. He opens up to the forehand side and then just rolls it across. So the only spot that you can really get him on there on that left-hand side, which then runs a risk, is going at that left shoulder, and if you miss, then you're going short court and it ends up going wide.
A lot of players on this court have had a lot of success on the APP Tour this season. Maybe no one more than Andre Daescu entering this tournament, leading the way. 19 APP medals, 13 of those have been gold. Paris Todd, 18, injured herself, as we mentioned earlier on in the tournament. Hunter Johnson, though, right there, 18 medals to his credit. And so Daescu, Johnson, they have made themselves a staple on Sundays here on the APP Tour.
Yeah, and all those players you just saw on that list were all active this weekend. Paris Hunter, the only one that pulled out after singles on Thursday. But all those players still seeking more medals here this weekend.
Come in. 862.
Just shows you the quality and the sustainability of that level of play. Can't come up with the dig.
There was so much spin on that ball from Daescu. It was incredible. Hunter Johnson had an issue with it because of all that spin. Big side out for Nunnery and Daescu.
Gates, that ball was probably going out, and he turned around and points.
Yeah, no, that's a rare speed up from Daescu on the two-handed backhand. Catches Yates by surprise, but yeah, definitely hitting a ball that was probably a couple of feet out.
Nice ball from Hunter back through the middle.
Yeah, the speed up right there from Nunnery. As soon as he pulls this trigger right here, he wants to take it back because he knows that Hunter is sitting all over that forehand.
Yeah. 6 ball.
Oh, miss hit there from Daescu.
He overrun it?
Yeah, he overcommitted there, and you see him overcommit on the forehand side. Yates goes right into the body as he's moving forward, so he can't make that adjustment.
Johnson had it right in front of him and dumps it in the net.
So it'll be another no uncoil out of the stack here for Nunnery and Daescu. Hunter turns around and gives Nunnery a big smile on this one because he lets it go.
Like, no way that ball landed in.
He's like, oh, it did.
Yep, it did.
Gets Daescu and Nunnery back on serve.
Bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, baby.
They're yelling at each other because they both played out. Do not hit that.
Yeah, good move from Daescu there with the Arnie. They kind of slid along the paddle a little bit there as well.
8-8-1.
8-8-1. This match turning into a battle of attrition.
Oh.
Daescu coming through with a big forehand.
Well, Yates speeding that ball up. That was not the right spot because Daescu was full go getting to the kitchen right there.
Hunter and Yates call a timeout, trailing 9-8 here in game number 1. Of the two teams, whose game plan has worked better up until this point?
I mean, I think both, it's pretty square, right? At 9-8, Daescu and Nunnery with the 1-point lead. I don't think any huge adjustments. It's more on the execution side of things. When you're given the opportunity to do or to get something off of your strategy, it's taking advantage of it. And I think both teams have missed opportunities. And so I think that both teams could have already ended this first game, but still that feeling out process early, and then now it's about who can execute and who can come out on top here at the end of game 1, because so important to take this first game knowing that all you need is one more game win the 2 out of 3. And you get your break. So you're done for today. That's a key here too, is that the winner of this match is done for the day. They're sitting pretty in the gold medal match tomorrow on Championship Sunday. Loser has to play one more 2 out of 3 for bronze.
9-8-1.
9-8-1. Daescu trying to go right at Hunter Johnson, ends up sailing long.
Yeah, and he caught that one just a little late, fully extended as well. Trying to elevate that one into Hunter Johnson's body, but not able to hit his target.
Nunnery around the post again. Johnson was there and couldn't handle it.
He lights him up on this right here. That's all he does. He just goes right at the body of Hunter Johnson on that ATP.
Well, so casual about it as well. It brings up game point for Daescu and Nunnery. Oh, the dirty touch from Hunter.
Big man was there as Daescu full sprint corner to corner to try and get this.
A big side out for Hunter and Yates.
8-10-1.
Unkind net cord just pops it up for the easy put away.
Yeah, a little unlucky there from Hunter, but again, when you're trying to go over that high part of the net down the line on the backhand side, that chest is up, that ball's going to flatten out, the chest has to get over the ball, gives it that shape.
There's a ball in the middle of that. Daescu had about head height, and he tries to drop it in. Instead of actually getting something behind that, I'd rather him try and punish that ball.
9-10-2.
9-10-2. body again. Daescu and Nunnery just taking body shots at the Johnsons.
Yeah, and it's a good approach right here. So Daescu is reaching in, he's taking away the timing, and he's catching the Johnsons while they're moving and trying to get into their coverage.
Another timeout here with Daescu and Nunnery leading at 10-9. What's the conversation on both sides of the floor right now?
I really don't think it's much of anything right now.
Right now, the Johnsons aren't talking at all.
And Daescu and Nunnery are right in front of us, too, and they're not saying anything. I think this is more of a momentum timeout for the Johnsons, as they didn't want to give Daescu and Nunnery any momentum after they get the side out, and now will be serving at least twice for this game. So now you actually have the Johnsons talking strategy here. But again, I think it's the same kind of similar situation as we were talking about earlier. It's, can we execute? Who's going to execute here? And now, Nunnery and Daescu, you need to execute one solid point here to take the ever so important game one.
So often it comes down to executing the fundamentals in the big moments. Nunnery comes up short, so a lack of execution.
Well, and it's a good pressure forehand there from Hunter. It's a good aggressive roll. Add some heavy topspin. Oh, that's one you can't miss. You're given a gift of a short return.
Johnson's able to earn a side out. Right into the body. Yates was there to defend the Ernie, but it left Hunter vulnerable.
And Yates yelling at Hunter, you. Well,
Who else is it gonna be?
Of course it's his. It's right at him.
Able to earn a point to tie things up at 10.
It's a huge point for the Johnsons here to tie this up. No longer, if they give up this side out, we'll have to face a game point right off the bat.
Yates went for the roll and just overhit it.
Yeah, good move from Daescu here, recognizing that that ball is tight to the net and a little bit lower.
Ten, 10-1. Have to win by 2. Daescu gets an easy put-away ball.
And you see Daescu, instead of taking that ball a little deeper, he gets it out in front and really pushes it back quickly. And that's what threw Johnson off right there, because he got that ball back so quickly.
Yates pushes it long as game 1 goes the way of Andre Daescu and Rob Nunnery. They take it 12-10. We'll have game 2 action from Championship Court coming up at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
Need to sell tickets for an event? From Sports Illustrated's official ticketing platform, introducing Box Office. Manage ticketing for sports, festivals, fundraisers, and more, paid or free. And we go beyond the barcode. Introducing Super Ticket. Super Tickets are secured by blockchain technology and transform into exclusive digital content, promotions, and rewards between the event and guests. Cheaper, better, simpler, more secure. Sports Illustrated Tickets. Partner with us for your next event.
AARPP is presented by AARP, Volpe, and PowerPlate.
Andre Daescu and Rob Nunnery took game one in this men's doubles winners bracket final 12-10 over Hunter and Yates Johnson. Daescu and Nunnery trying to advance to Sunday's gold medal match. Johnson brothers with some work to do. Both matches in the semis went 2-3 games, so both sides have already dealt with that situation today. Nunnery Daescu on serve first. Johnson's able to earn the quick side out.
And it's a big win in game one for Daescu and Nunnery after they got behind the 8-ball early and had to battle their way back and then come out on top. Nice win for them and very important game one.
Daescu misses the forehand into the net.
Yeah, got a little too big on the forehand there. Tried to slide to the left to clear himself as well, but a good ball from Yates following into the body.
Oh, changed his mind, did Yates Johnson right there. He wanted to drive that, but it never came up, and so tries to drop it.
Hunter able to put it away.
Yeah, good spot right there again, getting Nunnery backing up away from the kitchen line as he's moving back at his feet.
Indecision there from Hunter as well.
He's backing away from it, needs to step into that. He's looking at the court too. The ball probably took a funky bounce on him.
Nunnery able to put away a high ball.
After all that, we got back to neutral at the kitchen line.
Yeah, that good reach in there from Daescu goes into the body of Yates, and then that three-shot combo finishing with the Nunnery forehand.
Coming up short as the Johnsons continue to apply pressure from the kitchen line.
Yeah, that was great pressure from Hunter Johnson, keeping both Daescu and Nunnery back.
Big overhand slam from Hunter.
And again, it's about the angle right there on the overheads. If you're going flat back to the baseline, both Nunnery and Daescu are going to get those back. But he finds the angle on the sideline out of the reach of Andre Daescu.
2-1-1.
Gets the Johnson brothers back on serve.
Again, Nunnery and Daescu coming out of the stack with Nunnery on the left. A good forehand finding the feet of Hunter Johnson. Oh, that's disgusting.
That's the shot he has not really pulled off here in game one and game two, and that's what he needs to look for.
But he hasn't had the opportunity on the right. He hasn't received that same ball. On the left there, the ball comes back, goes right in between the feet, and he gets that quick forehand flick down the line.
Hunter and Andre arguing a bit about whether or not this ball was in.
All right, we're taking a look at a replay.
Coming cross court. Dom, Chad.
No, we'll take it.
It's hard to see from our angle.
We'll take a look at the slow-mo right here.
Good. All right, good.
They serve.
Yeah, that ball just catching the line right there. Daescu actually overturned his call.
Ooh, it peaked over. It wanted to go over, but
it jumped up
and decided not to go.
2-2-2.
Oh, and what's Nunnery doing?
Yes, I love it. That is great right there.
What a smart decision from Gates.
Actually, it's probably not the smartest decision because if he misses him, this ball's going out. And if he can all he has to do is go right down the middle with that. But again, I like it.
You like the gamesmanship, though.
Oh, I love that.
Nunnery's body was moving to the left there as he tried to hit that forehand.
3-2-1.
3-2-1 in favor of the Johnsons. Big put away. Daescu's going to get anything that pops up like that.
Yeah, and Yates just coming across with that two-handed backhand. Probably should have left it for the forehand of Hunter.
3-2-2.
Daescu Nunnery controlling the kitchen. Not able to make the transition as Yates.
Yeah, Yates just overran that ball a little bit there too. Trying to rush up to that kitchen line.
3-3-1.
Nunnery going for the speed up, catches the net cord.
Yeah, he slides that one down the line. We saw him kind of introduce that in the Scarpa Dow match in the winners bracket semi-final.
Oh, and
Vacation in the middle.
yeah, again, that ball floating right to Nunnery, but Daescu wanting to insert himself here. He wanted to speed that up right cross court.
It's hard to come by early on here in game two. Daescu going middle. Hunter was there but couldn't make the play.
Yeah, but that's good patience there from Daescu and Nunnery. They moved the ball around well, got that pop-up off the backhand side of Hunter, and then Daescu with the reach and flick on the backhand.
First lead in game two for Daescu and Nunnery.
4-3-2.
4-3-2.
Oh my gosh,
The spin on the overhead from Hunter. That was wicked.
Holy cow.
I think that's a little bit of a miss hit on the overhead right there. Hunter's like, yeah, I'll take it.
It'd take that all day.
If you could hit that on
curve.
purpose with how much curve and how much spin was on that.
Good pressure right there from Nunnery as Hunter talking to himself saying, calm down, set your feet right there.
4-2.
Rob Nunnery, full extension. Johnson tries to rip that two-hander through the middle.
It was. If he just keeps that low and through the middle, that's there for a winner.
When points are this difficult to come by, how hard is it to remain calm when you see an opening like that?
It's tough because you see that opening, you want to finish it, and that's exactly what Hunter was trying to do, but you're trying to finish it with authority.
Nunnery sprays the forehand wide.
Excellent 1-2 combo there from Nunnery. Drops that paddle head down. We saw one on the left side, now on the right. Goes right back crossbody on Hunter. Finds the middle on the backhand side of Yates Johnson and then can attack with that backhand side.
That top spin of Rob Nunnery so deceptive. We saw it give the Johnson brothers trouble back in New York where they spun out of a way of a lot of shots. Daescu can't come up with the dig.
Yeah, that's better ball movement there from Hunter. Goes at the backhand side after a couple. Recognizes that Daescu is going to sit on that backhand side and just goes right at the right foot.
Yates going right at the hip of Daescu.
So with Nunnery and Daescu on opposite sides of what they typically play, that ball in the middle right there is a little confusing for them. They don't know who's going to take that, and that caused that pop-up. Spin move.
Stay down long enough.
Well, again, probably the easiest ball of the whole rally right there is the one that's missed, and unfortunate for the Johnsons, as they played some great defense to get out of a hole right there, and no point, but still have second server.
Daescu really leaning into those styles of long, grinded out points that they favor.
Good.
Just a little long.
Yeah, good lead there from Nunnery. Again, recognizing that that second counter, because he got on top of it and got that down below the net, was going to go deep. That's where 90% of the amateurs would probably hit that ball.
Nice put away from Hunter.
Well, yeah, and Nunnery kind of telegraphs this one down the line a little bit. He didn't hold it as long as he usually does. He tries to slip that down the line, and it was a little high.
5-4-2.
Yates tries to do the same thing. Catches the net cord, pulls that one cross court, misses wide.
Another point for Daescu, and Nunnery makes it 6-4-2. It feels like the breeze has picked up a little bit here on Championship Court over the last few minutes.
The breeze has picked up. The sun has been behind the clouds. It's a little overcast right now.
I can't say I'm disappointed that there's no sun.
No.
skip through the court.
It didn't come up, and Nunnery is underneath his paddle.
Daescu wanted that one, but then he steps away. But then watch this ball just never come up to Nunnery.
4-6-1.
They do add on, take a 2-point lead back again.
Yates drops the forehand into the net.
Yeah, he lets that ball get too far behind the body again. Once that ball's behind the body and you try to go cross court, you kind of cut out that straight line.
I can't believe Daescu didn't hit that ball.
Yates lets it go.
Wow.
Can we talk about, though, the get from Yates, the sliding pickup?
And the stop on a dime under control off of the slide.
How many dimes are we talking about here? He just slid 2.5 feet.
When he stopped, he was in complete control. He was not out of control.
Well, usually stopping on a dime, you're not sliding to stop on a dime.
All right, this is semantics.
Stopping on a dime is just
What's
like
the Australian
sticking.
currency?
Semantics. Semantics.
A 10-cent piece.
Doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
No.
Nunnery literally stepped back and went, all right, go.
Take it.
Go ahead, big guy. Finish this off for us.
Keep going with that forehand.
6-5-1, 1 minute.
And we get our first offensive timeout of the day from Daescu and Nunnery here, up 6-5. After feeling a little pressure from the Johnsons getting back in this, they were up 6-4. They add on, get back within one. But the offensive timeout from Daescu and Nunnery, I like it. Regroup, knowing you don't want to go to a third game. You know you're on serve here. Let's regroup, settle down, and let's make sure we get some points out of this serve.
Other action going on across the site.
Nunnery changing a paddle, it looks like.
Yeah, the grip
We'll have 5 feet.
is just a little damp.
Yeah.
Here.
Probably more than a little, considering. Even though the temperature has dropped, the wind picked up. Still very humid here on Championship Court.
Johnson's getting new shirts as well.
15 seconds.
We never did decide what the over-under on the amount of shirts
Oh,
was
yeah, that's what we were
today.
talking about. So when I moved to Florida, I never went by the temperature. I went by, is it going to be a 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 shirt day?
What's today, then?
Today, if I was playing, at least a 10.
Yeah.
At least a 10?
At least a 10. Well,
So it's like full tilt.
well, let's put it back this way. Depends on how deep I go in the drill.
Could be.
If it's
could be
two,
a, could
if
be
it's
a two-shirt day.
if it's if it's 2 rounds, yeah, maybe 5 to 6. If it's 4 to 5 rounds, whew, that's a heavy load of laundry. I mean, in reality, standing here in the booth, it could have been a 2-shirt.
That is true. New paddles, new shirts. We're back underway. Johnson misses the backhand flick.
Hunter just trying to go for a little too much there. You can speed up that ball, but it's more of a medium pace ball, something to elevate to get that next ball to pop up.
Oh, it catches the cord.
Daescu, excellent job working his way back in, well, working the way back into the point for himself and Nunnery. That ball just got a little too close to the body. Couldn't get extended.
Good effort by Daescu.
No love off the tape twice for Daescu as that ball drops and just goes straight down.
Johnson's able to earn the side out off of back-to-back favorable net cords. Trailing by 2. Put away from Hunter.
Yeah, nice movement right there from Daescu and Nunnery. But again, Johnson and Johnson getting it back to neutral and then finding that big forehand in the middle is Hunter Johnson.
He's had a lot of success when he's gotten those high balls in this match. They're cutting it just a little bit too fine.
That's just grinding it out right there. That is classic Daescu and Nunnery. And great patience from Nunnery, too, because he doesn't speed any of those balls up. He played the long game, and they come out on top.
Why are those grinded out points so difficult? Beautiful backhand angle from Yates.
Well, again, it's a great job there because coming over is Yates, and what Nunnery has to do, too, is he has to pinch middle because Daescu is playing defense, and so it's a perfect shot for Yates coming and pulling that cross court.
Fire fight goes the way of Nunnery and Daescu.
Nunnery with a shake of the head right there, saying not today. Just gets on top of that one, goes right into the body.
Nunnery's brought some swag here to this final match. The dynamic between Daescu and Nunnery here in this winner's bracket final was not there in the semifinal match. Pushes it just long off the backhand.
I don't think it was long. It was just wide. Let's see here on the replay. Tough to tell from that angle, but I think it had the right size, just the wrong shape.
Miscommunication again in the middle. That Nunnery not needing to come back as far into the middle after that ATP.
And that's a rare miscommunication because they're on their traditional sides, that being Daescu on the left.
Ooh. There's the friendly net cord for Daescu.
First drive from Daescu here in the winner's bracket final.
And that drive couldn't have come at a worse time here for the Johnsons. Daescu and Nunnery going up by 2 here. Tough one.
Pressure moments here late as Daescu and Nunnery just 2 points away from advancing into Sunday's gold medal match. Hunter and Yates Johnson needing to come up with a couple of points to try and extend this match. This one has been so tight throughout. We've talked about the execution. We've talked about the grinded out style of points, but really what has been the difference? Because there hasn't been a whole lot of margin between these two sides.
Errors. Just a couple of errors. We're gonna say that's gonna be our answer every single time, right? Because that's what it's come down to. Nunnery and Daescu have reached in, they've put the pressure, they've had some good exchanges. Hunter and Yates have reached in, they've put the pressure on, they've had some good exchanges. But what it's going to come down to is the end, right? So Yates had that ball on the backhand side. He pulls it a little too far. Like, you can, as you get further and further down the stretch here, and you get closer to the end, these little tiny errors and mistakes are much larger than if you're at a 1-1 or a 1-2.
Around the post again. Hunter was there, but so low it's hard to dig out.
But the net has been the friend for Nunnery and Daescu in the last 2 points. Daescu's drive, and then that last one there, kicking off the net.
Match point.
Yeah!
Nunnery calls it out.
Rob was like, looks it out, and he's like, it was just very fast.
So Nunnery will. It looks like Nunnery will overturn his own call.
No, it was in.
It was in.
Yeah, it was definitely in.
7-10-1.
7-10-1.
Just so good again, just staying on that ball so long as Nunnery.
Johnson's trailing by 3 here in game number 2.
A little too big on the forehand side there from Daescu. Tried to sell it a little bit with a larger backswing and changing direction.
An important point for Johnson and Johnson as they are trying to get back into game number 2 here, trailing by 2 after Daescu and Nunnery took game 1 12-10.
8-10-2.
Daescu comes up into the net.
Wow, yeah, a little tight right here from Daescu and Nunnery, and they're going to call a timeout as the Johnsons back within 1 here and have that big mo on their side.
Are you surprised that Daescu and Nunnery are getting a little tight in this moment?
A little bit, yeah, because they are used to this situation. They've been in this situation before, and they know how to finish, but a little tight right here. We'll see out of this timeout what they have for an answer.
Credit the Johnsons for battling here in game number 2. Points have not been easy to come by against Nunnery and Daescu, who feel like when you're playing them cover the entire court and then some. Johnson's working it back to a 1-point margin here in game number 2, trying to force the winner-take-all game 3 here in the winner's bracket final.
15 seconds.
Huge point here. On second server. You're either going to tie this up,
One timeout.
or if you don't tie this up, ball's going to go to the other side, and you're going to have to fight off 2, not only game points, but match points. Huge point for the Johnsons.
Cannot be overstated. just cuts his shoe close.
So your question
There's the error
earlier,
in the big moment.
yeah, your question earlier was why is it so tough in those longer extended rallies? It's because you start getting tight in the legs, you start getting tight in the grip, and then you don't want to miss.
Oh. Into the body as Daescu and Nunnery end up taking the match. They will advance to Sunday's gold medal match. We will be back with Daescu and Nunnery when we return here on Championship Court at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
To another chance.
There's only one winner, just one way out. With every single breath comes crashing down. There's only one.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Ah, retirement. It's not all one big vacation. It's great to find purpose by trying a new activity. Keep an active social life, but don't forget to make new friends too. As always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Ah, isn't it wonderful to be retired?
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us. With the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP, it's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
We take another look at match point here for Rob Nunnery and Andre Daescu. Excellent backhand attack there. Almost a miscommunication between the Johnson brothers. Somehow Yates getting that ball back over. But another long extended point here. And the reach in from Daescu going into the right hip of Hunter causes that ball to sail deep. So it's Nunnery and Daescu moving on to Championship Sunday here for men's doubles. And they're courtside with Dominic Catalano.
All right, Rob, Andre, congrats. Moving on to another Championship Sunday. But Rob, I'll start with you. You admittedly said didn't start out the right way or didn't start out as strong as you guys wanted. What did you guys adjust in that first game?
Yeah, well, I mean, they were hitting big. They were hitting big serves. They were hitting into the wind. So even on our serve, it was tough to get in because they were just cranking the returns. So it was a battle to get to the kitchen, and you know we feel like if we can get to the kitchen line, we like our odds. So yeah, it was difficult, but we figured it out and just fought. And this guy, nobody more fun to battle with than this guy.
And Andre, like Rob said, once you guys get to the kitchen line, that's your game. Rob always says that he's here to dink. What about you, brother?
No, I mean, we had some drives, especially in that second game. We figured out because it's so windy, we have to start driving some. We had some pretty good drives, especially to close that second game. And then just want to take my hat off to Rob. He's the MVP today. I was lacking some energy out there. I didn't really play my best until this last one, but he carried the team the whole day, and just happy to play another championship Sunday with him.
All right, I know you guys want to get out of here, get some rest. Congrats to both of you. Moving on to Championship Sunday. We got one more match here on Championship Court, Women's Pro Doubles. Winner moves on to the gold medal on Sunday here from the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.